Mr. Kittle is here with his wit and wisdom, and so grateful for your ability to comment on the production side of the business. We've been talking, David, a lot about the realtor commissions. That are some of the things that are coming up. As it seems now inevitable, we're going to be seeing the selling side, the buyer side of the commission going away. It's more and more evidence that's happening, but we just don't see people preparing. So I'm wondering what is going out there, Mr. Kittle. I had a couple questions for you, but do you have anything you want to share for us before I start zigging you with questions?
No, I hit you with a quick text there in our.
I just saw it.
Conversation.
Yeah, go for it.
It was interesting over the weekend that we do the social media, and I watched LinkedIn, and there were some comments out there about the Basel Bank capital rule.
Yes.
And I'm not sure everybody's taking this as seriously as they should. It's just not capital. If you're an IMB, there were some comments out there on LinkedIn where people were saying if this happens, then the IMBs will rule. And nothing could be further from the truth. Because the tentacles and the ramifications of this, if the banks get hit with it, could be devastating to IMBs. And just from two things. Look, MBA is one of your sponsors. Certainly, I've given several pints of blood to MBA in my career. Pete Mills put out something this morning, which is really good. And he's talking about the 7 reasons why the entire mortgage market should care about the Basel Bank capital rule. And he's spot on, and I just want to mention 2 of them as it relates to IMBs. MSR assets, right? There's basically, it's going to be a fee or a tax on those. And if you think margins are compressed now, let this go through. Let that be another fee or more capital that has to be put aside because of MSR rights, and watch your servicing release premiums if a bank has a correspondent relationship with you shrink even more. And then he talks about how the tentacles go all the way down to where the banks have to look at what operations that are really profitable for them with the least amount of risk. And it's going to affect banks who do warehouse lending. So your warehouse lines are going to either dry up or there's going to be less banks to get your lines from, which means that cost is going to go up as well. So you mentioned it a minute ago, whether you're a member of MBA or not, and you should be, you need to join the Mortgage Action Alliance and let your voice be heard to your member of Congress and your senator immediately on this. This is nothing to play with.
Oh, that's a really good point. That's really good. Where can we learn more about that? Was it published by Pete in a separate email, or is it in an MBA news link this morning? Where can we learn more about it?
Pete put it out this morning, I think, by him. It came to me from Pete Mills, so it was not in Newslink. But I'm sure you can get it.
We'll look it up. Yeah, Basel Bank Capital Rule. Google that.
Proposal.
We'll try to get some links on it. And very interesting. People think that things like that will not impact IMBs. They're crazy. That's significant. Very good.
I mean, it affects them more because the banks have other lines of business that can bring them revenue. The IMBs are mortgages only. It was a couple of silly comments, people just not thinking it through out there at all. I'm going to forward you the email, and then you can link it up if you want to, Dave.
Yeah, if you want, we'll link it in there into our show notes, everyone, so you can go get that. Mr. Kittle, thank you so much. Appreciate you so much. Any exciting news, any updates from TMC that you want to share with us?
No, just we're about 4.5 weeks from our conference in Nashville, and it looks like we're going to be very close to. I'm looking forward to seeing you and having you buy me a bourbon.
Of course.
We're close to record numbers as we're tracking the last couple of the conventions we've had. Turnout for this in Nashville, always a popular venue, is going to be great. So we're looking forward to it.
Great venue and a great conference. So looking forward to seeing you there, David. Always, TMC conferences are just outstanding. The speaker lineup, so it'll be really good. Thanks, bud. Appreciate it.